All right, let's kick this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Straight Down the Middle. Yeah, that's right. We're back with this time another review. This is Greg, and I am Zach. What do you want to say to these people, Greg?
Hey, long time no see.
Did you miss them?
I did miss them.
Well, I don't even know when this video is going to fall. They might have seen us a week ago.
Oh,
Who knows? I don't.
Nobody saw me. I hibernate.
You Sasquatch.
It's all hibernation.
Pinball Sasquatch?
Yes.
Oh, man.
You work me too hard. I
do.
sit at my computer.
I do work you a lot. But that has not kept you from playing a lot of pinball machines.
No.
As an operator,
Yeah.
you're putting everything on location recently.
Yeah, anything new that comes out?
John Wick?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Jaws?
Love some John Wick. Yeah, Jaws.
Okay.
Was that Venom?
Venom?
Venom, yeah.
Damn,
Debuted
look
Venom
at
there.
you. Barbecue Challenge?
No.
Nope. Where do you operate out of?
A barbecue place.
Barbecue. I'm surprised Dave fixed that and called you that. They call and be like, fuck, are you joking for real?
Hey,
Really?
if the price is right, I throw it in there.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you there. All right. So you've played a lot of games. You've even played the likes of Elton John. You've played Labyrinth. You've played Pulp Fiction. So even though you haven't been quite in the public eye, you've still been probably playing more pinball now than maybe you have in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, the public can burn you out a little bit. So sometimes I think when you take a little bit of a step back from all the bullshit,
That's right.
like you get a little bit, get back into it. Like, you know, so I've been playing a lot
out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
We are doing Jaws review.
Oh yeah, we're gonna review Jaws by Stern Pinball. Who designed Jaws?
Keith Elwin.
The Keith Elwin.
The Keith Elwin.
So Keith Elwin games are the best-selling games. They're, for all intents and purposes, they are oftentimes the best shooting, the best rules, the best toys. He's kind of godlike when it comes to pinball design now.
And one of the very few people that can still sell a game based on his name alone, I think.
True.
Like, honestly.
I don't think there's anybody else that's like well, it's Elwin, I know it's going to be good.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
regardless of theme,
tough.
regardless of rules whenever it comes out, regardless of art even.
Lyman was maybe one of the only other people.
Lyman was another one.
That you saw a Lyman game, like Lyman's on that, like, whatever.
And we won't list some people. There were some people that had that moniker. They had that that prestige, but they've... you know, markets change, you know, criteria changes.
Elwin comes in.
Elwin still got it.
Yeah.
Elwin still got it. All right, what about Code? Code is always a team, but local.
Yes, fantastic.
Oh,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, came in and
Gieske.
did it. Yeah, she's a local lady.
So she, Elizabeth, and then Nagel's still part of that team helping.
Yeah.
And then there's
It's always a team now.
Big team.
Yeah.
Art by Michael Barnard.
Barnard.
He was the individual who did Rush.
Yes.
And you like that?
I like
art
that.
package.
Yeah. I thought it was very fitting.
Audio by, I think, Jerry Thompson.
The Jerry
I
Thompson.
think Jerry did some audio. And then I think mechanics engineering was Harrison Drake. He's oftentimes associated with...
Harrison's very well known.
Yeah, with Keith Elwin. And then Eisman was with the other teams, but he's designing his own games now.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Joel, and yeah, Zach reached out to me and asked if I would do a brief overview of the game, and happy to do that. So, let's start with ball paths. So, if we go left to right, if you hit this left, what you would think is an orbit, it actually spins around, comes down ripping fast right down the side, which is a really fun and unique shot. I like that shot a lot. What is cool is you can hit that shot from that right flipper, which is kind of nuts, but I love hitting that shot from that mini right flipper. There is also a little gate in here you can sneak through. That's the harpoon or the quick shot. The quick shot will pop up the target here and you kind of get one quick shot at the target, which is a lot of fun. Next thing over would be the wave ramp. On the Pro, the wave ramp just does that. It just feeds the upper flipper. But on the Premium, you got that entire upper playfield, which is a lot of fun. That upper playfield basically gives you 5 options. Option number 1 is you do nothing. The ball dribbles down. Not particularly fun. Option number 2 is you kind of ski jump over with the flipper, and the ball will feed the upper mini flipper, which is very useful. So there are times you will purposely want to do that. Option number 3, there's the radio target. That's not there on the Pro because there's no upper playfield. The radio target basically is kind of like a spot a shot. It'll spot a shot in a mode, which is very cool. You have this, the advanced lookout tower ramp, which is a very unique shot. It'll spin around, send the ball back up, and then usually comes out that. So just a heads up, this is with 2 flips. This is the ball path. Right flipper, up the wave ramp, around that, up that, and down. Yeah, kind of nuts. Kind of a crazy ball path, but very, very fun and satisfying when you hit it. And then the last thing is the wheel. The wheel, there are wheel awards in this game where it'll spin around and basically feed that. So the upper playfield's fast, but there is stuff to do, and you're not going to be there long. So you kind of have to think ahead. What am I trying to hit when I shoot the ball up there? Very, very fun shot to hit for sure. Next thing is the chum bucket. That's the captive ball. Use that particularly to start multi-ball. I'll explain that in just a second. Next thing is a very fast middle ramp shot. Just a quick 180 ramp, feeds the left flipper rather consistently, and there are certain times in the games where you'll want to combo using the middle ramp to then shoot a shot on the right side of the playfield. Next would be the shark. That is not there on the Pro. On the Pro is just the boat. I will show you right here. When you start the game, the boat is down, and basically there will be a light that you'll want to hit, and when you hit that light, that's how you start your shark encounters. The next shot over would be the reel, and that's used to reel in sharks. You saw it just spin right there when the ball ejected, but what is cool is if you hit it from this left flipper, it'll spin around there and feed your upper flipper, and you'll hear that thing rip. So there's certain times you need certain number of spins or certain number of hits to that. Very unique shot. It is a challenging shot, but it's very enjoyable. And maybe one of my favorite shots in the game is actually the right flipper. It's just a very smooth, the right ramp actually. It's a very smooth shot. That's how you do Quince Shack, Quince Challenge, collect gear, bounty hunt, all that fun stuff is there on the right, far right side. Besides that, there are times where you want to sneak the ball back in here to feed this little mini flipper so you can get these side shots figured out. You can hit these drops. You can get it in the harpoon or the quick shot, or you can feed it up there. So even that little mini flipper is pretty cool. And then one ball path people do forget about is here on the outlane. There's actually a little stopper there, a little bumper that you can hit that post, and boop, you can actually save your ball. You can kind of nudge it and bring your ball back in. So very, very fun. There's a lot here. Ton to do, ton to play. And yeah, if you ever want to see me stream, feel free to check out the Flippin' Out YouTube channel. Me and my brother, we stream every Wednesday night from 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And we've had a ton of fun with this game. So, yeah, have a great time.
All right, so we got to jump into it.
Yes.
Jaws Pinball. You own 2 Jaws, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaws Pro,
like
Jaws
so
Premium.
much of you. Maybe not. Maybe you hate this game. It's a good earner, though.
It's a pretty good earner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaws is going to bring people in whenever they. I mean, it's the iconic Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
But the summer blockbuster. What about art?
I like the art.
Do you like the art?
So, well, I do, but I don't. So here's the thing: is like I'm not real wild. Like, I mean, it depends on what we talk about. Some of the cabinet art,
we're at the same too.
I'm a little bit on it. Things could be a little crisper. Okay. You take Richard Dreyfuss' face and what's his name's face in the center of the playfield. Yeah, like
I don't know his real name.
I can't remember his real name either.
Yeah.
But like those are phenomenal drawings. Like they're very, very good. The
Total
iconic,
realistic kind of Franchi-esque kind
but
of stuff.
I don't like the premium back glass.
Oh,
not real wild about it.
Scenario stuff.
It's a little cartoony for me.
Okay.
I think
that's kind of like the cabinet side though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm not terribly wild about it. The thing that I do like about Michael is like his composition. We talk about this quite a bit about how it's not just always the style that they use, but sometimes that composition, how they're putting everything together.
It's a big thing for artists to learn when they're coming into the
pinball,
the pinball medium,
because it's so different on the playfield,
especially playfield.
Yes, but I think that he's. I don't think he overdoes it.
He doesn't overdo it. He does a lot of world under glass. He's good with incorporating his art into the world.
Yes.
On the playfield.
Yes,
so
and I thought he did great with Rush with that. But I think this too. I think it's the same thing. It's not overdone. It tells you what you need. It looks good on the playfield. Mm-hmm. So while I'm not wild about necessarily his style, like I like the way he lays things out, and that he doesn't overdo and overcomplicate and oversaturate everything.
It's not too blue.
not too blue. I mean, even though it's a lot of blue, it doesn't feel like a lot of blue. It calls for the blue.
We're both at solid Bs.
Yes.
So we're on the same page here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the best art package you've seen.
No.
But it is
But
Jaws.
I'm not mad.
You know what saves some of it is, and I don't even think it's Barnard's stuff, is that maybe it's his vision of this. I love the classic poster, the movie film poster of Jaws, with the point of the nose with the woman on the raft kind of thing.
Yes.
And they put that on the Pro and the LE back glass. That's great.
It looks
That's really good.
beautiful in person.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it stands out.
It's
like, it is
perfect.
pretty, even the Pro. So, like, and I haven't seen LE, so, but I can't
mirroring
imagine.
around
Yeah,
it.
I can't imagine what, because I think the Pro looks fantastic.
It's a minimalist.
that.
It's perfection.
Yes.
So I do really like that.
Yes.
But it's not knocking my socks off on the playfield nor on the cabinet stuff. So I'm at a B. It's very serviceable. It is what I would classify as good.
Yes.
And that's it.
But like I said, the faces, I mean, if he did those faces on that playfield, that is some great photorealism that Pinball has started to miss since, like, we don't see so much of Franchi. Like, if he would have done that with the side of the cabinet and everything. And like
well, they were trying to be cute. They were
I
trying
know,
to
but I
get the,
don't-
They were trying to make you think it was what's his name, Roy Scheider, or
Yeah.
is it?
Yes,
is it
for the
Roy
back of the
Scheider?
head and stuff. But I'm just saying, from a clean.
What's his name?
Roy Schneider.
Scheider.
Scheider.
But I don't know what his name is in the thing.
Brody. Brody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they didn't have the art assets for Brody.
Yes,
They got
yes,
him in-
which is understandable. But I'm just saying, like, the shark, just more of a photorealism, like he did with those two characters on the
you don't get to
playfield.
see the shark a whole hell of a lot in the movie.
No, you don't. It's
So
on there very
that's
minimal.
why he's got a kind of okay. That's a B. Let's go on to shots and layout. This is Keith Elwin. You love it so much. You're an A minus.
Yeah.
I said you're wrong. It's an A. It's even better than what you said. We really like the layout here. What stands out to you for better or worse?
Oh, upper playfield.
Okay.
I know that sounds
We
stupid.
are reviewing. We need to let these people know the premium LE of
Yes.
this game. And you owned the Pro and the premium LE,
Yes.
so you know the difference between the
And
two.
there's a lot of difference. And I'll kind of go over what I feel
Okay.
my takes on that, having both and putting substantial
So you
time on
like
both.
the upper playfield.
Yes.
Typically, upper playfields will actually bring a rating down for me. But
Yes.
I'm with you. I
Yes.
really enjoy this upper playfield.
Because it serves a purpose. The reel up there is okay, but neither the reel nor that other ramp up there is easy to hit. But that ramp, the ball feed off of that upper ramp up there, when you hit that, the way it comes down and feeds
down
yes.
and feeds back up the thing.
Yes, and I also there's. You go first. I want to hear your take.
When it comes to the layout, it's Keith Elwin. It's phenomenal. The things I love about Keith Elwin games are that, number one, they're smooth. Number two, they always will take you on, the ball patterns are always going to be different than most other games that you see. Even if he's only doing a 2-flipper, this is granted, this is the 4-flipper, but even if he's doing a 2-flipper, his fans feel different than any other kind of fan stuff. So whenever you have ramps, you don't just have ramps right in front of your face that you see it come around. You've got like an orbit that goes through the back box that waves around. Yeah. You've got a ramp to get to the upper playfield that's a tidal ramp that it's like a 180, but it kind of goes in a different direction. So the wire forms, and he takes chances, and his chances pay off. That's the mark of a superior designer. Any designer can take these risks and chances, and it feels clunky as shit.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, because if he takes chances, and if it's not perfected, he'll rip it out of the game. So when you have a cross shot into drop targets, like a Walking Dead, I love that. But then you go above that into a path that goes, he is utilizing the upper playfield with balls going in the opposite direction than the slope that we're familiar with. That's phenomenal kind of stuff. Plus, he does the little hairpin figure 8 thing in this game and in Bond 60th.
Yeah.
He is the greatest designer in pinball right now, and it's not close. The reason the only reason I can see you giving it an A minus over an A, and I would argue against it, but I'm gonna argue for you here, is that a lot of stuff is in the back, and the feed that goes to the little flipper, one could argue that's kind of been done before, and it goes there a lot.
Yeah,
like it runs there a lot, and there are some airball issues. We're not gonna look past that, but I would argue the airball issues are more a material issue than they are
It's
a
not a
design
design.
issue.
Yeah, it's not a design issue per se.
So yeah, there's not a shot on here. The 180 ramp is a filler to me, so I'd take it or leave it there. He's got 2 captive balls here. Sometimes Elwin gets a little bit captive ball heavy instead of a bash target or a bash assembly. So I could see the argument there. Has he designed a bad game? Like, he hasn't. They're all A's. I will take these over. I will take any of his designs over mostly anything else.
But for some reason, I think that this is my least favorite Elwin to shoot.
Okay, I've heard people say that, but
and it's one of those things that I'm not just.
I'm trying to think the other ones.
Everything that you
It shoots
said
better than Jurassic Park. It just does.
It does, but it's not.
Jurassic's is clunkiest.
I just don't know. Jurassic is there's a lot of bricks. There's, coming off of that third flipper to that 180 ramp that you're talking about there in the tower.
That you can't repeat that loop.
It's a little rough. Yeah, the loop is a little rough.
Even the plunge shot.
Yeah. But I still feel like that's the weird thing that I have with some of this is, like, I think because this feels a little more stripped down than what Jurassic Park does. Jurassic Park, there's still a lot going on to this. This doesn't feel that way. But I still think there is some of those slightly problematic areas. Like, I just have a problem because I don't disagree with anything you said. I agree with everything you said. The feed to the flipper, that's a little excessive on that little mini third flipper. But at the same time, I got to give him kudos to that because I actually like that shot coming off of that. Like, I like to be able to need to hit those.
It's an interesting
3
shot.
big drops.
And I don't like little flippers.
Yeah. And I like to be able to go up above to get the fin shot. Like, cool. I like that. And you just got to think about the design of the fin itself. Like, a lot of people knock that, but I think it's a cool, very, like, I don't know if it's reward heavy,
it's clever,
but it's smart, and I like it. It's actually a fun thing to go at. Yes, you count it in that too, but I mean, it's still design.
It's still shot.
But like, I guess that my problem slightly lies, and I don't know why. It's just a killer for me because I want to get up to that upper playfield, and maybe it's just my 2 games, but that shot is so tight to that left.
Yeah.
That going up that ramp, like, I don't mind a tight shot. Again, we're Houdini fans, Ghostbuster fans. I like that. But it takes so much momentum to get it up for that ramp that you have to hit that so clean. And that is a shot that's needed sometimes. And it's just, it falls apart. It falls apart, and
you're not wrong.
It becomes frustrating, and the same thing. So a little bit.
If we're talking design, though, he designed it in a way that if it does fall, it falls on the other wire for him to come.
Yes, and you get credit for it. You get reward for it. But even sometimes with that, you still got to get a hold of that ball for it to even do that. Otherwise, it rolls back down. And you lose all. Like, you don't get anything for it.
I'm thankful that he's got an upper playfield that doesn't feel like an upper playfield. It feels like an upper playfield should. It feels like, I'm going to call it an additional playfield.
Yes.
Because I'm still playing pinball instead of being stuck somewhere.
And again, that is perfect. That's one of the best upper playfields. Like, I love it. And again, that return shot to that horseshoe like you were talking about.
It's a ramp on top of an upper
never
playfield.
Gets old.
It feels great. It's the best shot in the game.
Never gets old. And I still like the far, where the orbit is.
I like that far right shot
I do too. That's beautiful. But another problem, and this is a little bit of that difference between pro and premium. And again, I haven't really heard this talked about much, so maybe it's just me. I heard one other person talk about it one time that came in through flipping out, and like on that captive ball inside the boat on the pro, there's nothing to impede it. Like, it is free flowing. On the premium, you've got a metal lip on that boat where
because it lifts up and the shark comes out.
And if you don't hit, like, that ball sticks out so minimally, which I've got an idea to maybe try to tweak that. Yeah.
Call Eddie or
no, I'm just messing with myself. Try myself. Try myself.
Right.
But you get a lot of rejections off there, whereas the pro is very clean hitting on that. The premium LE is a little less clean. Like, you get a lot more rejections.
A little more clunk there.
Yeah, and everything. To which I wish that was cleaned up just a little bit, because again, that's a very integral part of what you need to hit to advance and to be able to start a mode. And then you just get so many rejections off there. And it's not a deal killer. It's nothing terrible. But I'm saying I would have liked it cleaned up a little bit.
I agree.
On there. But, I mean, overall, again, I don't want to get long-winded.
I'd like the chum bucket to maybe be...
I like the chum bucket.
I'd like it to maybe be a little heavier. You get more feel whenever you're hitting it.
Like the bell tower type thing.
Feels a little light.
Yeah, you get to see a real good swing. Something...
Yeah.
Something that stands out.
Like a ACDC.
Yeah.
That bell. Yeah. That feel.
A little more, little longer arm to get a little bit more swing.
Meat on it.
I don't disagree.
But one of my favorite shots, and nobody ever talks about this because it's so hard to do, but I challenge you, viewer, to do it on the third flipper downstairs on the main playfield, that little flipper.
I know where you're going.
If you hit it perfect through that, it will go up
Yes.
And instead of like gauging how far up and back down, it'll go up and all the way around back through that spinner.
Yeah.
I've done it a handful of times and there's nothing. It feels so good.
I still like that third flip. Hey, this game, the best parts about this game are things that shouldn't feel good. that normally people fail on, like the upper playfield and the mini flipper.
Yeah,
now the bottom, like those are the things that Elwin hey, I made these interesting and I made them fun.
And we got 3 spinners in this game, 2 of which are horizontal spinners.
Yes.
Reels.
Yes.
That sound
I like the
feels
reels.
good.
People get mad about it, but like if
like
you don't get anything like off of that chum line or off the chum line there, like if you don't get any air balls or anything crazy off that, hitting that reel feels good. I like it. I don't mind it. Like I know some people aren't wild about it, but I like it. I think it's cool.
I don't feel as good saying chum bucket. Why does that sound so dirty? Chum bucket.
Shimmy.
How much chum do you need to fill up a bucket? Like that just
It's a lot.
Man, hopefully stay hydrated. What about rules and code? This is still in the it's complete.
Early. Yeah.
It's 0.9.91.
It's early.
Now. It's come along like in the last couple months. They've had some big old code updates.
Yes.
That's why we felt like we could properly review it now.
Yeah.
Because we're still both at B pluses.
Yeah.
So it can only go up from here. This is going to end up being an A minus code set. I would think. For me, the things that make it a B plus instead of an A minus right now is the completion of some of the code, some of the wizard modes and such. Building more moments into the modes of these games. They just added the mini wizard mode of the third multi-ball, that main multi-ball.
Yes.
So I love, code-wise, I love how there's a progression and a story being told within those multi-balls. You have tasks. Freaking love that.
So I've gotten a 4th of July a few times.
Have you?
Another wizard, yeah.
Oh, I haven't got there.
That's not bad. You just got to get through all the modes.
And I love all the quince thing.
Oh, quince, that's
I love
good.
that.
That's
how it like
fun.
pops the pop bumper. That's coding.
I like
those
it.
are moments.
I like it.
Nicely done,
Yes.
Elizabeth and team. So I like all that. What makes it a B instead of an A are also, it's still confusing to me. Like, you pick up on this stuff better than I do, man. Like, you attach the barrel to the harpoon, and then you got to throw the chum before you get the barrel, and then you get the barrel, and then I just want to start a mode.
I feel like some of it's a
want mode.
little less clear cut in that, like just on that before I say what I like and everything about it, but just piggybacking off of that. Like, to me, that's sort of almost what you do with capturing dinosaurs on Jurassic Park.
Confusing.
But I think Jurassic Park's a little. I think that because it spells it out to you what you need to do pretty easily.
Still confused.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
God, man.
I'm still confused.
There's no hope for you.
I know.
But you know something I really like that Elizabeth did, and I was fortunate enough to early on have Elizabeth to actually explain it in person to me and walk me through it.
Elizabeth, explain it.
Yeah, but like she differentiated the modes. It kind of has that like nice Bally style. You know, sometimes you shoot a ramp, then the fin pops up, hit the fin.
Okay, yeah.
There's some of that going on, and I love like the night swim mode. Like
They changed the lighting back.
yeah, which
Yay!
yes,
Yay!
like
It used to not. The night swim mode in the earlier code, it was dark, and then they'd light it right back up.
But I think she listened to feedback because everybody was like, "You need to keep it dark for the whole thing." It's amazing.
I was so happy.
And
to
I
see
always
them go
find that
back on
like blue LEDs for maybe it's just me, like because if you got like a Bram Stoker's, like people blew that out a lot and it does it.
Perps.
Like it makes the ball almost look like it's got a strobe effect. Yeah, which throws you off. But I love it, and it just calls for it. That's
Dwight Sullivan said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, that's one of those moments like that we bitch about that we like that Dwight does that we want to see is stuff like that. Like my only critique that just bothers me and I can't fully wrap my mind around it is like even though her modes are very different and the modes are very different in the game, I need some more distinction. I don't know whether it comes in with Jerry's sound to give me a little bit more distinction in there or just not so much shoot the blue flashing shot.
I think it might be, I don't know if you ever thought about this, the same complaint that you had with Rush initially before you fell in love with it. Like a progress, like we want to feel completion in things. I don't want to just keep on building up. I want a storyline in my modes, and I want completion. So maybe a progress bar that I don't know if there's, not that I know that there's a progress bar. It feels like when you start a mode, you're building points, but I don't know if there's any.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like
payoff.
I see 4 or 5 blue flashing shots, and I need to hit those shots. Well, I don't know I guess that I just don't. I'm just hitting shots. Like I feel like, and again, maybe it is that rush thing because once I learned Russian, I was like, oh, you're having the time, you're doing everything. But yeah, I think that's what I need something that makes me feel like I'm in something different. Because you take something like Deadpool, even though you're still fighting a character,
I still got a meter up there, and I know that I'm battling somebody.
Yeah, and the shots are very different. You know what I'm saying?
And then the whole playfield turns like black, and there's one flashing thing for the final blow. Like it tells me, that's what I'm.
And they're different colors. I know that sounds so simple, and that sounds so stupid, but like when Mystique is white, and then you've got Sabretooth in yellow, and so, like you
I think
feel things are a little
Elizabeth
different.
and team did things different with some colors too that are kind of confusing. Like when you hit something successful, I think it turns green, but I'm like, no, green is lock. So wait, what is that?
And then there's like a teal color.
Yeah,
and then the yellows are for the barrel and stuff.
So the pros of big code like this is that there's so much to do. Like you're trying to clear the beaches, you're trying to get the different the bounties, you're trying to get through the multi-balls, you're trying to get through the modes, you're trying to get like there's so many different things that we love about Keith Elwin games because they're task based and you can layer them like a nice cake and do all kinds of things. But with that also comes the downside of what the hell is going on? Like I've got 3 beachgoers there. Well, I don't even know what that means. Why am I clearing? Am I clearing the beach? And it was like, well, before you start this mode, though, I heard her say like on a stream, before you start this mode, though, you want to hit this 2 times so that you can build. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Same thing with the shark. I believe once the shark comes up, if you hit the shark once he comes up, or if you're on the pro, hit the shark a second time. I think you get more points or it does something before you go into the mode versus if you just technically activate a mode and then shoot it. I'm like you because Jurassic Park does the same thing to me. Like I haven't dove into the DNA. Like I just play it in its simplest form. So there's something that's slightly missing to me, but I think that she did.
They got plenty of room to finish.
A very good job, and it is coming, like you said, like it is coming along very well to where that like I still enjoy it and I still enjoy getting into the modes. There's just something I need to put my finger on.
And we'll talk about in our summary. We'll talk about in the summary why I think why this all makes sense later. But I'm not worried about any of this.
Oh, no, I never worry about any of their games.
Are you worried about the toys and innovation at all?
No.
No. So much so that, damn, you're an A?
I liked it.
I was a B+.
Hey.
An A on
Are you one of them shark eater fuckers?
I am.
I figured you
Sharks
were.
got to eat the ball.
Shark
I am, man.
That's
and
fine.
they knew it too. They put a ball in the little goodie bag to put in that damn shark's mouth. They knew.
See, it didn't bother me that bad. Like, I understand. I'm not sweeping under the rug. Like, I understand everybody's
I'm trying to be
complaining.
entertaining here, but at the end of the day, shark needs to eat the ball.
Oh, yes. Okay, listen.
Not so much I'm going to do that mod. I don't like that mod.
No, I don't like the mod either. No offense. The guy did good work. But
it's good work. It needs bottom jaw. It's just
it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But no, I would never go. I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I want it to eat the ball too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad at it. I like that it's hidden, and I like that it.
I like that it comes up and looks like the movie poster.
I do
Nailed
too.
that.
I do too.
Nailed
Because
that.
it's like you said, like you can't have the shark out all the time. You don't want the shark out all the time. He wasn't out in the movie. Like I actually think it needs to be a little bit more of a surprise.
Like a little minnow out.
Yeah.
You don't want to let your minnow out.
No, you don't
want to
let
let
my
that shark
minnow
out all the time, do you?
No.
Only special occasion.
But like I'm not mad at it. I think it's a cool toy still. Like, and I really like that they did the captive ball above it, so it just adds another, like, that it wasn't just a bash toy.
And it's a molded boat.
Yes.
That looks cool.
Yes.
The chum bucket.
I do think
that
it's
looks cool.
Looks cool.
Upper playfield looks cool.
I look at the upper playfield as a toy.
It is
Still,
Yeah,
like
it
you
is.
got a reel up there. I still look at it as a toy.
There's
in
a lot
itself.
of features in this game. A lot of different features.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that.
You got a fin. You got an
Yeah.
upper playfield.
No.
You got a boat.
No.
You got a lot of stuff.
And-
you got 3D molds in the back panel with lighting in them.
Yeah, it's all nice.
It's a
all
world
nice.
under glass.
I like the fin. Again, like what I just said earlier, I like the fin. I think it's a cool toy. I think it's fun. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be gimmicky and terrible, but
Yeah.
I actually really like it.
Oh yeah, it works good. Especially it's a moment.
It is a moment.
Shoot it
Like,
now.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. I wish that there was the ability. I completely understand why, but it'd be cool if it was an actually like molded shark fin. Like
That would be cool.
That would look
Yeah,
really
that'd be
fucking
cool.
awesome going
I would
across the
like
playfield.
that.
But I understand the engineering behind that and durability and everything else. But
And the gap that you'd have to have there.
oh my god, yeah, you couldn't do anything. But I like it, man. Like I think it's cool. Like again, I like the reel. I'm not mad at the reel. It fits the game.
You know what's
of what it
crazy?
is.
You take a game like Jaws and you compare it to another Keith Elwin game that has a really big toy, interactive toy like the T-Rex on the premium. And if you ask people which one has more toys and mechs, they're going to be like, oh my, the toys and mechs on Jurassic Park are second to none because they have that one feature, that big feature. I would argue that Jaws has a lot more going on, but then,
no.
Then you got the Raptor.
I got to disagree. Even
What
the
else you got,
helicopter.
though?
You got the helicopter. You got the Raptor.
The helicopter is 2 reels.
You got the truck.
2 reels.
You got a Newton ball in the truck.
Okay.
Like, no, you're completely wrong. You didn't think this through.
No, I'll go with you here. The truck Newton ball is the same thing as the damn boat, but the boat lifts up with the damn shark.
I know. It's the same thing with the.
Which one's better, the boat or the truck?
Oh, the boat. But what I'm saying though is that it's kind of equal, but Jurassic Park still beats it out because I think when you include the Raptor pit and some of the other things, I think
the Raptor pit is the boat. Kinda.
The Raptor pit might be more the boat.
It just holds the ball.
In a sense.
It holds the ball. Though.
The shark is definitely like the T-Rex.
Yeah, but the T-Rex kills that shark. That's the thing. Man. Do you want a bunch of little cookies, or do you want just one real good cookie? I don't know.
I think that's what I think that you're saying, sort of, that the shark, as good as it is a little underwhelming.
So I see the back panel on Jurassic Park. There's nothing really there. Pop bumper's nothing really there. I mean,
you know what really adds? You want me to tell? Well, no, I don't know, man. I know what you're saying, and I'm trying to put my finger on why Jaws.
Jaws is way more of a world under glass than Jurassic Park is.
I actually do.
Yeah,
maybe agree with that as of a cohesive world. I
feels like you're at the seaport in the harbor.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, you're like beach. Yeah. Between the two boats
and the molded buildings in the back. Now Godzilla is hard to.
Godzilla is hard.
That's hard to beat down.
Godzilla is really.
That's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. You know, though, I think that what it comes down to. You want me to tell you what it? I'm gonna. Tell me what it is. I think you are. I think it is stripped down a little bit. In a sense, I mean, I think that when I know that I think that when you visually look at it and you think about Jaws, we're talking about Jaws right now. With the boat on top of the shark coming up, and again, we'll talk about premium and LE for all
that's what we're doing,
purposes. It still all feels like one.
That shark cage on the.
That still feels like all one thing. Like, I know you're hitting technically a captive ball in there, and then the shark comes out, which is 2 things. But I still feel like it's
one event.
One event.
Different stages of one event.
Yeah, and then other than that. I know that the wheels they're there and they should be counted as a toy and everything, but I still think they just feel like a shot, like a ramp.
You just called a helicopter a toy.
No,
that's the same thing.
No, I'm agreeing with you. With you. But I think that when you do something like I don't know. It's a hard argument. You know what I think it is? Moments.
Okay.
The Raptor Pit is such a moment.
It's a moment. It's a flashy moment.
Yeah. And then honestly, like
the helicopter makes sense.
It does.
Visually.
It does.
It visually makes more sense than the reel. The reel doesn't really look like a reel. It looks like a helicopter because it's a helicopter.
It does. And it hitting the blades and like in the reel makes an awesome reel sound.
The T-Rex that picks up the ball and eats the ball.
And it's a whole moment coming in where he's first and then and it's on there and he grabs and throws the ball, whereas the shark just comes out.
That's why I'm at a B+ and you're at an A.
Yeah, see, I still wasn't mad about it.
Why was I arguing for an A and you were arguing for a B+?
We literally were arguing.
What about music and callouts? You're an A-. You really like them. I'm going to B+.
Yeah.
So
I understand your argument.
We're about the same thing there.
It's got the Jaws music.
You got the music, so that's a plus. It's got the callouts from the film. Thank you. It's got Dreyfuss doing custom callouts,
which is nice,
which is awesome. Yes. And it's got like even like the song that Quint sings in there. I do like the sounds of the reel.
Yes.
So it's got all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I like all of that. What makes it a B+ instead of an A- for me is the music. I don't remember the music really.
Yeah, nothing in there stands out. Like nothing. That's the only thing that kills me is nothing. Yeah. And especially when you get into other modes, I can't tell you that anything sounds any different. Yeah. It just feels the same. Yeah. And it may be completely different music when you go into specific modes or do something. I do like the one thing I do like is the music does get my heart because I mean it's kind of a game that gets you on your toes anyways.
It does.
It's pretty frantic,
it does,
and the music.
It amps you up.
And gets you with that. Yes, it does.
It's tense.
So I do like that it feeds into that.
That's what you were saying before we started. You were like, that's kind of why you were at the A, because like it makes you in the moment of feeling like you're chasing down this killer shark and trying not to let it eat you because it gets you bum, bum, bum,
yes.
bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Agreed.
I watched a documentary last night on YouTube about the Jaws ride at Universal Studios and the iterations it went through.
Oh yeah, and
when
it
opened
closed
up,
down
closed
afterward.
down.
Yeah,
Man, we
Oh,
were
miss
such
it.
nerds.
Miss it so much.
All right, what about display and animation? We're both at solid A's.
Yeah.
And I think easily because it's got the film clips.
Yes,
and
can't
you're
deny.
including
Can't
Brody
deny.
in those film clips.
Exactly.
And the audio clips as well. And even like you made a great point about the video mode.
Yes.
I forget about video modes, and they threw one in here that's fun.
I think it was clever to do that based on the arcade.
3D.
It's honestly one of my favorite video
It's
modes.
fun.
I
It's a
enjoy
fun
it.
video mode.
It's a lot of fun. And I just like the little sneaky thing, like, the photo of them where they'd be holding up the shark, but then the ball's there for, I like some of
the beer sequence at the end.
Yes.
They're getting really, really good with their animation.
Yes, and we complained about that for a long time. You go back to like Avengers days and stuff.
Aerosmith.
Yes,
Whoa.
Ninja Turtles. Some of the stuff that we complained about, like they have really amped up their animation.
There
and what
hasn't
they're
been
doing
in
on
bad
those.
animation in quite some time.
No, nothing that stands out because those things kind of stood out. They weren't horrible, but you were like, okay, that stands out.
And this work is like bordering on exceptional work.
yes,
it's
agreed,
really, really
agreed.
nice stuff.
So good job, team.
Stern's getting to the point where their animation team is almost like the JJP expectation that we do have.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
they're going to do custom animation that fits in well with the overall game. It's not like they're like, you got to catch up, guys.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I love.
Well, they're
the
bringing
animation.
everything together. Even if you're not like, this game knocks my socks off, or it doesn't knock my socks off, you still can't say that, like, they're a complete package now.
Knock your Crocs off.
Knock your Crocs off.
Please tell me you wear Crocs.
No, hell no.
Please
I wear
tell me
Crocs.
you wear Crocs. I bet you do.
No, I
If
don't.
I go up in that closet, you ain't got no Crocs
No, I
up
got
in there.
no Crocs. I never wore any Crocs. No offense to people that wear Crocs. My kids wear Crocs.
Yeah, my kids.
I don't wear Crocs. I don't like
I've
them.
never owned a pair of Crocs.
I don't like them. No.
Why are you angry at Crocs, though? I
don't know.
Why are you angry?
Oh, man. I don't like them.
Pissed off about
I don't
Crocs.
like them. I don't like them. I don't.
I don't know what made me think of Crocs. I was thinking about, what do you wear at the beach? You don't wear socks to the beach. You probably do wear
Yeah,
socks.
crocodile. We're only going to see a Lake Placid pinball machine.
Lake Anaconda.
Oh, my. Hey, I would buy Anaconda probably.
Lake
John
Placid.
Boy, man,
Oh.
that's a hell of a cast.
Lake Placid had what's his name in it?
Yeah, Betty White, Bill Pullman, and Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
and Bridget Fonda. That's a hell of a cast too. I like that movie.
Was it? Was it a hell of a kid? All right, what about all right, we're on display and animations. We gave it an A theme. We're both at A+.
How do you not?
It's one of the greatest themes that pinball's ever seen.
I don't care who
it's
you
up
are.
there
You
with
can never deny it.
It's up there with the Jurassic Parks of the
It is.
world. Not maybe I would argue maybe not quite Jurassic Park.
No.
Maybe not quite Star Wars.
No.
It's right. It's there.
It's that nostalgic film that had a lasting impact on everyone's
I
childhood.
think it is easily one of Stern Pinball's top 5 themes in their entire company history.
Agreed.
Maybe top 3.
Agreed.
Maybe top 3.
Agreed. Even if it's not your movie, you
People are
have
just
to give
waiting
it to
for
that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
A
yes.
plus material. Even
Yes.
if it's because I didn't grow
Yes.
up with Jaws, but it's still so iconic that I love it.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up with it, and I still love it.
Yeah.
What about enjoyability? You're at a B plus.
Yeah.
And see, for me, I'm at an A. Solid A. I can't get enough of Keith Elwin games.
Which is fair.
I got rid of my Avengers. But besides that
Yeah.
one, you
I'm
know,
not mad at Avengers. I can't tell you why, because I want an Iron Maiden. I want Iron Maiden.
I can
bad,
tell you
man.
probably why it's at a B plus because it's still got a little room.
And maybe that's, but usually I see past that. Like, we're very good about seeing past
Sure.
that. Like, we're very good. But there's still
You had some
something.
air balls that pissed you off there for a while.
Yeah, well, they didn't even make me that mad. I fixed that. Like, that's fine.
pretty
There's
easy
just
fix.
still something that doesn't resonate with me like it should. Like, when I'm playing, so here's the weird thing is like when I play the game and I get done, I'm like, damn, that was a good ride. Like at the end, because like if I'm opening it up, but for some reason during it, it doesn't feel so satisfying.
Okay.
I'm not.
Probably so damn tense the whole time.
And maybe it is something like that. But I've played things like Johnny
Maybe you
Mnemonic.
don't, I think this is a good metaphor. Maybe you don't ride the wave as much as you want to during the game. Maybe it's all just tension. You know, dun, 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 dun.
And it
then when
could
you're done,
be.
you're like, okay.
It could be. There's no real good breathe moment. There's no real. There's something that and I know I'm in the minority on this. Like I am severely in the minority because everyone raves this game and loves it. And again, I'm
Sales
not.
reflected,
Yeah,
too.
again, I'm not mad at it. Like I play quite a bit of it, but there's still just something that's not like, man, I'm keeping this.
Okay.
Like this gets me. Like there's still something that's off, and I cannot tell you what it is.
You know, you may be onto something there, Greg, because for me, I may have botched my enjoyability rating now that you're talking about it, because I'm at an A.
I don't want to talk you down.
And I think, though, but what I'm doing is, maybe I'm biased here. I think that maybe I'm talking myself into what I know it's going to be for me, because I don't have quite as much time on it as you do, and I know what it's doing every time I'm playing it, and I'm like, oh, once I become smarter, once I play this more, I know where I'm going to go on this game. Once it gets to the 1.0 and it's sitting in my, because this is a long-term game for me.
Yeah.
This is a keeper, and this isn't a game that I go to right now and I don't play a lot of pinball right now, to be fair, but like, I think maybe I'm giving it an A unjustly. I'm still keeping it. Sorry, people, because I feel strongly about it. But maybe I feel like a B+ right now, but I know it's going to be I'm not getting rid of this game. This is Jaws. This is Keith Elwin. This is Stern Pinball. You can't get rid of this game.
I'm not knocking on anybody who would do it. It's just something I just cannot pinpoint.
This is pedigree.
I know.
This is pedigree.
I know.
We know what this is going to be.
I wish I could, and I will find it. I will find what I'm talking about. It will click at some point. I'll go, that's what I feel like I'm missing, or it'll completely change my mind, and I'll say, oh no, this is staying, because I've had games do that too.
Yeah, sure. Or you'll say they never got it. It's out. It's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't. Something just does not grasp me.
Oh my God! Speaking of grasping, you've got the premium. Well, look at you, Mister. You used to be a pro guy.
There's a few things I have to
Jaws
get.
premium.
Like, yeah.
But as an LE buyer myself, I do get things that you don't get, or that you don't get as a pro buyer or a premium buyer. I get the metallic foil.
Yeah, beautiful.
I get the mirrored back glass. I get the Invisiglass, which whatever. But I also get a first time that Stern has done this. They're calling it expression speaker lighting.
Yes. Yes.
And that helps tell the story too, because it's interactive. And like when you're building up the chum line, it'll show the ratio of the circle, what's blue and what's red. It's giving you information. And it does help. We've seen the new John Wick LE, where when he's shooting the guns, boom, 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 that muzzle flare is going off in the
glass.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So if only they did expression lighting in Jaws, it'd be even better. So I get the World Under Glass interior art blades. So the LE.
Well, so I will tell you this. I said here at the end I would talk a little bit about pro premium. Zach had brought up a good point. Normally I'm a pro guy, and normally I can argue for the most part for a pro on people, especially
just with John Wick,
just because of the budget.
You can make an argument with John Wick.
I haven't played the premium yet, but I will play the premium, and then I will tell you. Again, Jurassic Park, the fucking T-Rex is amazing. Raptor Pit, I still love that moment and everything. I think that's a good upgrade. I think Jaws is a good upgrade too. And one can say, okay, I'm just going to the upper playfield. But that game shoots so much smoother, and it just feels so much better. And I'm not the only one. So I talked about tournament a couple times to people before they got their hands on a premium.
Yeah.
Oh no, it shoots better. Something just feels more cohesive. Obviously the upper playfield takes up a lot of the room, and it's not just so feel like it's empty up there. But that upper playfield adds so much. And again, even though that it's not as smooth hitting that captive ball in that boat, I know, but it just adds so much to it moving. The wonder of it is just to whereas the pro feels a little more boring. Yeah. Just because there's nothing visually really going on. The cage. Even though again it's that part is smoother. Something about the other shots just feel better.
Yeah, I mean if people
the premium is the way to go on Jaws.
Absolutely. If people I would tell people though, if your budget is not premium and it is pro,
you're still going to enjoy it.
I would say don't look past it, because I'd still rather have a Jaws Pro more so than a lot of even some Stern Premium. Like, still Jaws.
Yeah,
but
I'm not arguing that. But I'm just
definitely
saying,
a premium
if
game.
you can afford to go up to it, premium is where it's at on that game. Yeah, I feel that with Venom too, for the most part. Like,
yes, that's another
just
one.
Because that's such a game changer. Pro is still a fantastic game. I love it. People hate it. I love it. Whatever. I'll be whatever you call me.
So when we do all of our cumulative scores, bounce those all together, looks like we're both B pluses. How about that?
Shocker.
That's it. And if people still get mad at us for B pluses, our rebuttal is out there, and it's still not spoken for. Nobody has submit your own.
Yeah.
So,
to where
submit your own scores.
Yeah.
I'll do the math
because a
for you
lot of
and we'll
times
see
when
what it comes out at.
people do it, it's like it comes out, it's
B
right
plus,
there at
yeah.
it. Like you can't get away from it. It's just what it is because very few games are terrible, and there are the few that are exceptional that throw into an
and
A.
Conversely,
Yes,
it is very difficult to get an A.
it is very difficult
Because anytime you give an A minus to something, it actually lowers that threshold of getting
yes.
an A.
Yes,
It's hard.
and
to
all
do.
it takes is one component
Yes.
to really bring it down.
Yeah. The Jaws has pretty much all the components. It's been a great, from a sales perspective, been a great seller. Even in a softer market right now. It joins the Elwyn lineup of people who consistently will buy Elwyn.
Oh, people love it. You said Nicole loved it.
Yes.
You said everybody like there's so
everybody
many people,
walked up to it and they were impressed with it.
Yeah.
Nicole's not a pinball player.
Yeah.
My wife Nicole. So she's in the industry, but
Yeah.
it takes something to where she's like, oh, we could sell a lot of this. Is really cool. And she did that with the Jaws Premium LE.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, do these people need to know anything? We don't have much to tell people anymore.
No, we don't really.
I mean, I don't even know if we have sponsors.
Yeah, we don't know. We just do this.
We love people. We
just want to come back and say
best
hi.
buddies, and we do this. And
We missed it. It's summertime. It's like we're out for school break and we're going to hang out.
Summer blockbuster.
Yeah, we're going to hang out and film videos.
All I ask is that if you do want to buy yourself a Jaws pinball machine or any other pinball or arcade machine, give us a shot at flipping out pinball. If something goes wrong with it, you deal with this guy. Who doesn't want to deal with this guy, right? He's the best in the business. I'll put money on that. And who doesn't want to deal with me? A lot of people. But for the most part, I'm still fair. I'm still good to you, right?
Oh, yeah,
Or
sure.
Nicole,
Very fair.
we got Timbo. We got free shipping, too. If you want a Jaws, free shipping right to your door.
I own two.
He's not. We do. You own the Pro, the Premium, I own the LE. We
got all three, the
we own
trifecta.
all of them. All right. Thanks. Follow, subscribe, like. We might be on the TikToks and Instagrams. I'm not sure, but the bread and butters are YouTube and Facebook. Follow Flipping Out over there as well. Let's go drink some beer.
Ooh.
What is it? Naggins Rough or whatever. What's the Jaws beer? The
I know.
Naggin
I
Gruff
can't-
and
yeah.
whatever.
I'll drink it.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago and I got right to my
Let's do. I think Jaws. Unless you completely.
Let's do it. We'll knock it out. Remember, let's try to make these fast.
And then we. Yes. Oh, yeah, you're the motherfucker I got to worry about.
I don't know.
God damn.
I used to think that. I don't. Not anymore. I think you get away from yourself.
I get long-winded.
Yeah.
It's called passion.
We call that passion. Passion juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Piece of passion fruit. Let's see my passion fruits.
Fucking passion fruit. You know, I was cracking up when we'd asked the internet what they want to see. A lot of them said Greg Bones' mom.
Oh, that's so terrible.
I know.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay.
Subjecting there.
It was she hasn't been seen around these parts for a while.
No.
Kind of like Sasquatch. In the woods. You gotta make an appearance.
Elusive.
That's her. Yeah, she's elusive.
always